Good evening, everybody.
What's up, Ralph?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Pretty good. Freezing. I'll be in your neck of the wood Wednesday.
All of your friends. Where are you gonna be?
Pembroke area.
Pembroke?
Yeah.
That's down near Miami.
Oh, it's too far from you.
4.5 hour drive.
Hey, I'm dead till the 28th. Maybe I'll meet up with you and work on some deal that you got going on.
That'd be cool. Hey,
Yes,
if you're gonna be over near Naples anytime soon, I need somebody to go by a house and take some pictures for me.
I will text you.
All right, let
Did
me
you see
know.
that email I sent you
No.
about a property in Boston, a duplex?
Oh yeah, I think yeah, I did see that.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I don't know if you have any interest in it. I know that area pretty well. That's a good comp. I mean, good deal. It can value up to the million because of that area.
yeah. The Massachusetts is not my marketplace,
Gotcha.
and I don't have any buyers up there because I don't work that area of the country.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
If you have any funders, you let me know too. I mean, I'm willing to take on that deal if I have the money
Okay.
for it.
If you're saying
If
if
an
anybody
investor want to come in, I can, and then partner up, bring
got
the money, and I'll do the rest of the work.
gotcha. Okay. All right. I'll see I'll see if I come across anybody that I did have one guy I talked to said that he was buying in the Northeast. I'll have to look that up for you.
I may have somebody who might be interested in partnering. I have three people I know who do the Massachusetts area. I can ask them and let you guys know.
Okay, cool.
Most definitely, yeah.
Yeah, Farrah, have you got Ralph's phone number?
Who?
This is Ralph you're talking to.
Oh, hi, Ralph.
Do you have Ralph's phone number?
No.
Ralph, give her your phone number. Or put it in the chat. How about that?
Okay.
I
Thank you.
I just dropped it in the chat.
There we go. Perfect.
Thank you, Ralph. I'll talk to them tomorrow morning and then call you.
Sounds good.
That's
Thank
exactly
you.
the way this group is supposed to work. And get anything else going on, Ralph?
As of right now, no, nothing else.
All right. Yeah, but when you get down to Pembroke down there near Miami, it might just be a hour drive over to Naples from where you're at on the 595.
Okay.
But yeah, I could definitely use some help. Somebody go down there and take pictures for me because it's like a 3 hour ride one way.
All right. That sounds like a plan. I can do that.
And plus, Naples is a beautiful part of Florida.
Yeah, it's always I need a good excuse to go and explore further than where I'm gonna be at. So
There you go. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, yeah, text me, let me know. All right, who's next? Hey, Dennis Sylvan. What's happening, my brother?
Not much. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
I may
I,
have a deal. Go ahead.
as you guys know, I've been driving for dollars, and when I drive for dollars, then I send out the yellow letters, and nothing excites me more than when they come back returned. Now, keep
Nobody's
in
there.
mind, I'm driving for dollars on the days that the city of Lakeland picks up the garbage. And when I'm driving down the road and there's no can out, well, guess what? Vacant houses don't put out by the side of the road for garbage pickup.
Garbage.
Garbage cans. So now that being said, I think I talked about this 2 weeks ago, is I will always drive for dollars in between Thanksgiving and New Year's. And the reason why is because not only does everybody have their garbage cans out on garbage day, but they also have their Christmas decorations up. And a house that can look vacant might have like a wreath or, Christmas ornaments all over it and stuff like that. And somebody's living there. So anyway, when I find a property that doesn't have cans out, and then I make notes, run down, no car in the driveway, leaves in the driveway, like there hasn't been a car there in a while. What I do is then I come home and I write my yellow letter. My name's Mike. I'd like to buy your house at, please call me at, thanks, Mike. P.S. Please call. I send them that yellow letter in this green envelope. And then when they come back, I know the property's vacant. And nobody knows about that property but me. So I researched this one that came back yesterday. And it turns out that the poor lady, Miss Foster, passed away a year ago. And here's the document that the daughter submitted to the court. And all of the heirs have agreed that the property should go to their brother, who happens to be incarcerated in Marion Correctional Institute in Low Florida. Now, what I'm going to do tomorrow, because I did this research today, what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to send Mr. Foster a letter to the Marion Correctional Facility and ask him if he'd like to sell his house for cash. And by the way, I know people that have bought properties from inmates. I've never done it myself, because I'm kind of looking forward to it.
So what are you going to go put the money on his books?
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works.
I'll put all the money.
Like I
in
said,
books,
I've
man.
never done this before, but it just sounds like fun.
Oh, you're gonna go give him honey buns, a bunch of honey buns, and some smoke.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've never done one with somebody who's aren't incarcerated. I've seen videos on YouTube about it, but I've never actually done one myself. So this is new and exciting. So what do we have here? Vacant property, probate, person that is going to inherit the property, can't live in it for 3 to 5 or 10 years. I haven't gone to the FDLE to see what he's actually in the joint for. But if he's going to be in there for a 5 or 10-year stretch, why wouldn't he want to sell it? Because that place will be a piece of crap in 10 years if nobody's living in it.
That's the hard part is to trying to get communication through him and his attorney. Because that's what Brent Daniels has. They have a property they're talking about. So I find that very interesting.
Me too. This is a part of this business that's exciting. I've never done one of these before. I've seen people that have, talk about it on YouTube, but I've never actually done one.
I think what you have to do is get a hold of clerk of the court of whatever county you guys are in,
Yep.
Superior Court, and then you have to find out what his name is, and you'll be able to find out what he's charged with. And then you have
all
to
this
get
public information, bro. All I got to do is go to the FDLE, Florida Department of Law Enforcement. I can find out what his stretch is, find out what he's in for, find out when he's getting out, or if he's getting out. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. What are you doing this week?
I have a property that I'm supposed to get in contact with them today, and nothing's happened. It's on Zillow. It's an MLS. Well, no, it's not on Zillow anymore. It was on Zillow. It was a flipper who bought the property, fixed it up, didn't do anything with the AC except maintenance it. Everything else has been fixed, and was talking about a seller finance.
Nice.
And I didn't talk to you because it was Saturday and Sunday, but Brent Daniel said to get a hold of title and call them and drop the paperwork because he wants his wife to look at it. So
Brent's wife.
No. The seller is a male. He has to check in with his wife to see if it would be a good agreement. I'm looking at a 10-year balloon, 5% down, $1,200 payment. Rents are $23.
How many square feet?
Standard like 13 or 14.
Well, no, it makes a difference. Is it closer to 1,500 square feet?
Might be closer to 15.
3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,500 square
Three,
feet.
3-2. Yep.
3-2. How many square feet?
Trying to look. Give me a second. Give me a second. I want to say. Oh, sure, you not going to come up while I'm
Of course not.
on
Of course not.
on live.
Yeah,
Always a good thing.
that's just how the internet works, man. If you got a presentation, that's when your computer will fail. Look at Joe Figueroa. Yeah.
3-2, one story, 1980, 1342 square feet.
A little on the light side, but you're only like 150 square feet. You might want, if you can get this property seller financed, what's the rate on it?
He paid it off.
No. When you said 5% down, 10-year balloon.
5% down. Yep. Rents are 23, so I said about $1,100 to $1,200 a month.
So he's not charging you interest on a loan?
He is probably going to want to. I just don't know what kind of interest that they want.
Well, if he doesn't bring it up, don't mention it. I mean, if you could just get equity payments, boom. But the moral of the story is this has got pad split written all over it. So instead of collecting $2,300 a month, you can probably get 38 to $4,000 a month. And they manage the whole thing. All you do is the maintenance.
Well, doesn't it have to be over 2,000 with the pad split?
Nope. That it needs to be around 1,500 square feet, and you're like I said, you're a little light at 1,342, but you're not. It's not 1,000.
Okay.
But they could probably add. I mean, if it's got a living room and a dining room, they can turn those into. They can turn them into bedrooms.
Okay. Now that is my question. That would be my educational question of the week. I heard that someone was barking about the interest rate. What is a standard good interest rate from a seller to an investor for payments? What would you want?
In today's market, anything below 7.
So 7% on interest payments.
If you were to go to a hard money lender, you're going to pay anywhere from 12 to 14. Joe Figueroa can probably back me up on that. He's shaking his head. Okay. If you're going to go to a bank and get a mortgage in your name, you're looking at least 7.
Yep.
Probably closer to 8, 8.5 for an investor property.
Yep.
So if you can get seller financing, anything less than 6 is a good deal.
Now let me ask you this question. What if I try to negate away from the interest rate and just say, this is the payment I need to be with?
Yeah, I make those offers all the time. I'm paying them for their equity. And when they're like, well, I want interest. I'm like, all right, can I have a checking and savings account too? Because now you're a bank. And, normally they don't have an answer for that, and if they're, that's just my way of trying to get them to agree to just an equity only payment. But, sometimes it works. Most times it doesn't work. But I mean, if your seller doesn't bring up interest, don't bring it up.
Yeah, I had another one like that, and someone else told me, just tell them this is the payment you need. That's it. That's it.
Exactly.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. And what you're doing is you're just giving, it's an equity mortgage. You're just taking the total amount of what the sale price is and dividing it by 360 with a 10-year balloon.
All right.
Hey,
so should I have used my Ron LeGrand paperwork and just wrote up the deal, or should I actually wait for this title company to?
Why? You've got my contract.
Oh, that's right.
My contract, my contracts for owner financing and sub 2 right on it.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
Dennis.
you need help filling it out, I'll show you.
Yeah, Dennis and I need help filling that out, right, Dennis?
All right.
Yeah, we want to schedule a time when we can take about maybe 10 minutes of your time.
Absolutely.
You know, jump on a Zoom and we only need 10 minutes, right? Right, Dennis?
Yep, because I have your script here now. It's laminated. You see it?
It's a little blurry.
Yeah, but it's
There it
laminated.
is. There it is.
You can see it's laminated now.
Nice. Nice. And hopefully you printed out 100 of these.
I printed out 25 of those.
So you need to get rid of that stack by Friday.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, hang on a second here.
I dig it.
Cool. Well, there. Okay.
Yeah, I need to call more pre-foreclosures.
Yes, sir. Pre-foreclosures and expireds.
Mm-hmm. Now I did have I had one problem this week, which was Saturday afternoon. I was calling that list from Fidelity that I sent you.
Uh-huh.
And one gentleman was like, I was trying to reach out to a potential seller, which was an owner, and he goes, "How did you get this number?" And I said, "Oh, just data source." He goes, "She's on the do not call list, and you can get in big trouble and fined, right?" And I'm like, "No, I did not know that she was on a do not call list." He goes, "Bud, you need to get your stuff scrubbed, man, because you can get a lawsuit on your hands."
Okay. Let me stop you in the tracks right there. That's a guy being a jerk. And he has no clue what he's talking about. Were you calling to sell them anything?
Nope.
Were you calling to buy something from them?
Yes. No.
The Telecommunications Act does not cover you calling up and say, "I would like to buy your house." You're not selling anything. You're asking them if you can buy their house.
Okay.
Do not call list does not apply.
Okay.
Now, that being said, they can hire some sleazy attorney and, turn your life into a nightmare that'll just cost you money. But at the end of the day, all you got to say to them, "Listen, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just interested in moving into the neighborhood. Are you willing for an all cash offer on your house?" No. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
But that guy's just being a jerk. And by the way, was that a pre-foreclosure?
No. Expired listing.
Okay.
What I've noticed, I don't know if you guys have noticed this calling agents or anything, but a lot of people are taking their houses off the market and then putting them back on after January 1st, I think, or Christmas. I don't know why they're doing that, but whatever.
Yeah. But bottom line is even if it's expired, if somebody was going to come after you and say, "Hey, this person called me, I'm on the do not call list." Well, first of all, you're not trying to sell them something. You're trying to buy something from them. And if you're calling expireds, they made their house public information that it was for sale.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to that fellow, but there ain't an attorney in the world's going to take that case.
Why? My question is, okay, that was it made me stop calling that day. I'll tell you that, because I was like, wait a minute, I don't know the laws on this, and I don't want to call my attorney on no Saturday, and that's $250. I'm not going to call him. So I waited. Someone just said, just say sorry and keep going. But my question is, why are people taking their houses off the market and putting them right back on after Christmas? That makes no sense whatsoever.
To say people do dumb stuff all day long. They think people don't buy houses at Christmas. I talked to 2 people that are looking to buy that house down in Lehigh Acres that I've got under contract.
Dude, I've never seen so many, and this is my first year, but I've never seen so many people buy houses the day after Christmas than anything. I've never seen that. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So many people buy houses and close on houses on the 26th. The 26th is ridiculous.
Probably a lot of Jewish people, a lot of a lot of Muslim people, if you're not Christian, Christmas ain't a big day.
No, there are a lot of people. The reason why is it's the same reason my buddy down the street, when he sold his house, he put it on the market and told the agent, "We're not ready for at least 3 days." The day he put it on the market, people showed up at his house. Before he got to work, there were 3 cars parked, and there was people standing in his yard
Damn.
to buy his house. This is a few years ago. The reason they say that because right now they're either out of town or they have family in town. You know, and right now the kids are out of school.
Yeah.
So they don't want people walking around in their house when they're got all this holiday stuff happening. So that's a lot of the reasons why. I just spoke to a realtor that said that to me.
That makes sense.
They do that, you know, because
That makes sense.
they don't walk people, you know, because I want to see the house. And you know, the guy that's going to come and look at the house before Christmas isn't going to buy the house. You know, it's just there like, oh, I'll decide after the year. I'm like, well, then why did you come see the house now?
Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Yeah, that's all I got. It's just
I'm going to be
calling.
calling on me and I've been working with a wholesaler that I've been training him on using Privy and all this stuff. And so I'm going to be on the 26th calling. We're gonna make offers. I'm gonna make 5 offers on that day, and I'm gonna get him to make 5 offers on the 26th.
nice. Yeah, the 25th and the 1st, nobody's working, but every other day after that is a full work day.
Well, that's when you get the buyers. They're looking to get the year started right. So they put something under contract. It'll take them a few days to get everything complete. And as soon as January 1st, 2nd kicks in, you know, they hit the ground running.
All true. Yeah.
With the canceled listings and the expired listings from direct to seller, I'll be honest, Mike showed me something that was very interesting with PropWire is you leave your PropWire up, you pull up the list, and then you copy and paste that list to PropWire, and it'll show who owns the house. Yeah. And a lot of times, there'll be LLCs that own the properties. There'll be some that will have family trust. Those are kind of hard. Sometimes they'll have the name, sometimes they won't. But you will be able to, you know, use True People Search to find these names and these addresses and phone numbers, and it makes a world of difference.
Not only do I use True People Search, I also use Fast People Search.
Fast People Search?
Those are two of the best free ones that I work with.
Fast People Search.
Yep.
Fastpeoplesearch.com or .net?
.com.
Okay.
But that one works really well as well.
Yeah, just calling. Then when I get a prospect, then it's
and of course, if I run into an LLC, then I go to sunbiz.org, and if I'm not in Florida, then I just use open corporates.
Yep.
But when I'm looking for buyers, I look for I have 2 lists. One is individuals, and the other one's LLCs. LLCs just more steps, and it's easier for people to hide from the public, which makes it hard for us wholesalers. But you know, I go after the individuals first.
One question for you. When you're talking to a potential buyer, what are you asking them?
You want to know exactly what I ask them?
Yes, sir.
And I send them a text. I say, hi, let's say the buyer's name is Dennis, and I see that he owns 49 properties around Phoenix. Yep. I'd say, can I speak to Dennis, please? He says, who's this?
Speaking.
Nobody ever says that. There, who are you? No. Who are you? What do you want? I'm like, hey, it's Mike Grady from Lakeland, Florida, and I saw that you own several properties around the Phoenix area. I have a deal in Phoenix right now at a significant discount. Are you still looking to buy deals at a significant discount?
Yeah, if the money's right.
Okay, great. hey, I've got a property information sheet put together for this property. If you give me your email, I'll send it over to you via email.
That'd be awesome.
All right. And then he gives
And
me,
what?
and I say, all right, fine. I'll send it over to you right now. And then
Okay.
we get off the phone. I've got his email. I know what his cell phone number is now because I've spoken to him. And then what I do is I send over the property information sheet that I've put together on the property that's got pictures. Well, actually what it is, it's got a QR code where they can scan it and it'll take them right to the Google folder. And then it's got all the information and, like, you know, a main picture of the property. And then what I do is I also have a PNG image of that, and I also text it to them. And in that text, I say, hey, listen, I just emailed this to you. If you don't get it in your email, check your spam folder because it's the first email I've ever sent you.
Okay. That's pretty good. Now, do you ask them what they?
I said that about 50 times today.
Now, do you ask them what they're looking for? What do you guys? What kind of criteria or buy box they have?
No, and the reason why is, well, I would if I was just cold calling these people and I didn't have a deal in their area. Yeah, then the next step, well, but because of what I've been doing, you know, because of this property down at Lehigh Acres, I've been, you know, telling them I have the property information sheet. I've been working on this. I've already got this sold to my hedge fund. Now I'm just trying to find a buyer to higher than 70% of ARV. But all right. So let's say that I don't have a property. I call the guy and I say, I saw you own several properties in the Phoenix area. You know, are you currently looking to buy any deals at a significant discount? They say yes. Then my next question would be, well, I would love to help you find more deals. What's your full buy box? Desired area, condition, level of rehab, property type, that kind of thing. And then I let them talk. And then, you know, after they get done talking, I say, great, thanks for sharing. What's your preferred areas? Because everybody has preferred areas.
Yep, and it's usually zip codes
Yeah, exactly.
with these people. These people want zip codes, and they're looking for like they're looking for high dollar, like in Paradise Valley, or places that have high rents, like the financial district around here. So.
And then I'll say to him, you know, could you please tell me your desired price range?
Mm-hmm.
Then I let them talk. I ask them a question, then I shut up. And then, all right, then I'll say, after they give me the information, perfect. What type of rehab level are you comfortable with? Light, lipstick, medium, full gut, or tear down?
Okay.
All right, hang on a second.
I like that.
Yeah. I gotcha. I want to introduce you guys to my assistant office manager.
Meow, meow, meow.
I just got her yesterday.
Meow, meow, meow. Kitty, kitty.
She's my new assistant office manager. My office manager is not happy about it.
What's her name?
I don't know yet. You got any
Okay.
suggestions?
No.
Tell her CAT.
Oh, she's cute.
Yeah, she's a cute. So yeah, just got her yesterday. Last night, as a matter of fact. But anyway, she's running around here and she's tickling my feet.
I'm gonna get some catnip so that way that cat will go all crazy on you.
Oh, she's young. She was a little tentative last night because it was her first day here, but she's flying all over it. I keep her here in the office with me until I can, get my other cat used to her. But yeah, she's running all over, jumping all over. She's jumping off my desk already. It's crazy. Love her. But anyway, yeah. But anyway, if you want, I can email this to you. My little script right here.
They're scripting probably your your contract with the seller finance, because all I got is Ron LeGrand's, because your newsletter doesn't come up, so I can't print the other one.
Yeah, matter of fact, I'm done moving that funnel over. I finished it last night, so I've just got to redirect the URL. So I'll get that done tomorrow.
No problem.
Yeah. I meant to mention that to you last time. I think it was a week ago. I
Yeah.
looked into it. Somebody mentioned that, and like, I can't get the. I think it was Dennis. Yeah, you said I can't get his website, and I'm
I'm
like,
tra-
hold it.
I'm transitioning from ClickFunnels, which is $300 a month, to System.io, which is $300 a year.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, and in regards to last week, anybody that doesn't know is I had the meeting scheduled like always, and because of my other business, I have my warehouse is a container. It's a 8x9x40 foot container, and I actually pay rent on where I have that stored. And the people sold the property, so I had to move it. And so I'd scheduled it to be moved at like 2 o'clock on Monday, and the driver didn't show up until 5:45. Yeah. So
That
I was
happens.
over at the property, and I didn't have Joe. I didn't have your phone number to so you could do the meeting, or let everybody know that I wasn't going to make it.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I guess you want up. Okay.
I'll have to give you my. I'll text you my. So you have my Google Voice number. I'll text you my other number also.
Okay.
So that way we're all on the same page. Dennis has my number. Farrah, I think I gave you my. I think I've put my phone number in. Yeah, my phone number's in
Yeah,
the chat.
I have one number of yours. We have it. You had posted
In
it.
the chat.
But yeah, it was one of those things where I don't schedule anything for Monday, but it was just one of those things where I had to get it done on last Monday, and then the driver didn't show up. He showed up 4 hours late. So, and it was another one of those things where like, oh, he'll be there in an hour. Oh, he'll be there in 45 minutes. Oh, he'll be there in another 45 minutes, and it just kept dragging on and on and on and on. I wasted the whole day trying to get the thing moved. So anyway, yeah, Dennis, do me a favor and just send me a text after this so that I know what you need me to send you. So it's my buyer script and then my seller financing contract. So, you done? Is that it? Oh, you're muted, brother.
I'm done. Thanks.
All right, talk to you soon. Who's next? Anybody?
Yeah.
Ralph? I haven't talked to Ralph in a while. Oh no, not Ralph. Alexis. I saw Alexis with you. I haven't talked to Alexis in a couple of weeks.
What's up, Mike? Can you hear me?
Where are you driving to, brother?
Same place, brother. Same place.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Yeah, man. There's nothing near here. I mean, it's good. I'm glad that I still have a job and everything. So
Nice.
gotta be thankful for that as well. But yeah, man. I'm still at it. I know I haven't been on here for a while, man. I wasn't on Jamil's calls either for a while. I was just diving into some Torah lessons, and I was kind of deep in it. So
What kind
so
of
yeah, I
lesson?
was Torah. Torah is the first 5 books of the Bible:
Gotcha. All right.
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. Yeah. I mean, I'm still at it, but decided I needed to find that balance again where I can come into the cause and uh and do that as well. So here I am, man.
Nice
Here
job.
I am. I just started doing a little bit of pitching creative financing again because I kind of strayed away from it for a while.
Yeah.
And man, it's going all right. I'm not getting that much. I got this one, and I thought of you because it kind of fits the criteria in the way in the sense that it's a 1,700 square foot home.
Ooh.
I don't know if you're still doing that creative financing.
On a 1,700 square foot home, 3 bedroom, 2 bath.
Yeah, it should be a 3-2. I'm not sure, but it's 3 bedrooms for sure. I believe it is a 3-2. It's in Garland, Texas.
Is it a gated community or is it a HOA community?
No, it doesn't have HOA, so that's even better.
It's got pad split written all over it if you can get the creative financing.
The only problem though, Mike, is I believe this owner, I I believe he refinanced the home this year because
Yeah.
I looked on Privy. I'm gonna send you the info that I gathered from her. Um, I looked on Privy, and it shows me that it was recently bought in this year. And I asked the agent about it, and she was like, "No, he didn't buy it this year. He's had it for a while, but he wants to sell it because the tenant in there is paying uh below market rent, or the rent that she's paying is not enough to cover the mortgage." And then she sent me the info, right? And she said that it's a 9% interest rate on that mortgage. So that's crazy. I don't even know if that's accurate, because I told her send me um what do you call it, a mortgage statement,
Right.
and she never did. She sent me like the info like in pieces, and I was like, I mean, I guess if this is accurate, you know.
Well, as always, what's the motivation?
The reason why he wants to sell it is exactly because of that, because he's not making money off of it.
Exactly. So what
And
you now know is there's a strategy. Even if it has a 9% mortgage, if you can take that over subject to, and let's say, all right, so do you have any idea what the market rent is for this?
I checked, brother. I don't like if it's like a long like a long term. I believe I believe it's right about the mortgage payment, man, like $2,000 or
And if
something
you
like that.
pad split that, you can probably get $38 to $4,000 a month out of it. So if you can get the motivation is that person bought a house as a rental and the rent is not covering the mortgage payment. So there's your motivation. Now, because it's an investor, she may give it to you subject to. If she does, then what you do is you boot out the person in there. Now, is a person month to month or do they have a lease?
They're month to month, because
Boom.
she told me that the owner already told her that she has to exit the property once it's sold. So
Yeah.
what the
We cut out a little
he
bit.
wants
There it
uh
is.
I was saying that what the seller wants to do is help the tenant move out,
Yeah, that's cool. So
and give her some money so that way she can put like a deposit on another home or something like that. So that's so the tenant's already aware that,
yeah. So if you
that
can
once
get
it
that
sells.
if you can get that property subject to and make a condition that at or prior to closing that the tenant has to move out, and then all you got to do is get the pad split contractors come in, put in a two more bedrooms, and they manage it, and that property can probably bring in $38 to $4,000 a month, if not more. So
Okay.
what you now have is you have a better strategy than the person you're buying it from, but the motivation is she's got a property that she's not making any money on, so she'll just want to get rid of it. The thing that makes it a deal is it making it subject to.
Exactly.
And it's not in a gated
Um,
community, it's not in an HOA, so you're in total control.
okay. I just I just sent you the address. I don't know if you still have the same number.
I saw you send it over. Do you want me to look at it right now?
Oh yeah, if you want to. I just wanted to make sure that you got it. I'm gonna send you pictures as well. I was able to put them on in what do you call it, Dropbox. So you are gonna see on the pictures that it has but the foundation was repaired, I think, in April or something like that, May this year.
The foundation was repaired?
Yeah, like there was maintenance done to it because the foundation was lacking.
Oh, it's a brick
So
house too. Oh, baby.
yeah,
Nice. It looks like it's in beautiful shape.
yeah, it looks pretty decent, honestly. If anything, you want to slap some paint on it or something, but
Fence is a little wonky, but that's no big deal. Trying to see if
so
there's
this
a picture of the living room. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Let me
yeah, the agent said as long as if the seller can get some money up front just to cover that, like just get some money out, help the tenant.
like $1,000.
Well, she didn't tell me exactly how much, but I'm pretty sure he just wants something, I guess, maybe to breathe
Yeah,
because
I
he's
get it.
been losing money for a while.
Yeah. 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,734 square feet. Yeah, man. We could make that work.
All right, all right.
And like I said, when you buy a rental, then you've got to manage it, or you got to hire a management company, and the management company is going to take 10%. I think Pad Split takes like 12 or 13%, but they handle everything.
That sounds beautiful. Whenever you told me that, I was like really, all I gotta do is just bring in the property and
Yeah.
not gotta worry about the rest.
And then the only thing you're responsible for after that is maintenance. And in this particular property, it looks like it's already been done. The real crux of this deal is you've run into an investor who bought this house wrong. She's been losing money. She wants to stop losing money. And the motivation is she wants to stop losing money. So, when she says, I need a little bit of cash, well, to help the tenant move out. All right, what do you need? $1,000, $1,500? That's nothing.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we can work it out. We can send him. I told her I'll send her an offer. I just don't really know how to underwrite it.
Okay. Well,
But
first off, can you get the property subject to? Will she allow you to take over payments on the mortgage?
yeah, I told her right away because I gave her an investor cash offer at like two, man, brother, I don't remember exactly how much I told her.
You gave her a cash offer.
But
She couldn't accept it because she's got the mortgage.
yeah, it was like because she owes the owner owes like I think like I sent it to you as like 217 or something like that,
Yeah.
close to 220.
Yeah.
And the cash offer was gonna be like 180 or
Right.
something like that.
She
And
literally couldn't accept it.
yeah, she told me, oh no, there's no way. And I told her because I had already seen on Privy that there was a mortgage on it. And I was like, oh, okay, is it because she still owes money on it? And well, the agent was like, yeah, honestly, yes, she does. I mean, no, actually, I think it's a guy. She's like,
Yeah.
yeah, he does. He owes money on it. And he actually just wants to sell it because that's when she opened up about how he's losing money on it. Like he has to come up like $100 every month for like over a year now.
Negative. She's
Just yeah. So
and you've got a better strategy. You got a solution. And Garland, Texas is Dallas, and they're in Dallas.
yeah,
And Pad Split works everywhere, but there are certain markets that they're actively spending money to advertise to get tenants. And Dallas is one of those cities.
yeah, I think it's a good deal all around.
If you want me to write this up for you tomorrow, let me know when you want to call me. Obviously, I know there's a 2 hour time difference between us, but call me and give me the details, and I'll write up the contract for you and send it to you.
Sorry,
Yeah,
can you
man.
repeat that? Were you talking to me?
Who was that?
Ralph.
Hey, Ralph. Oh, I was
What do
talking
you?
to Alexis.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I was talking to Alexis about writing up this subject to deal for him.
Yeah, Mike, I think they'll be ready to move forward because she hit me up over the weekend
Cool.
and she was like, "Hey, are you still interested? Doing that subject too? Do you have terms, written up?" She said that
Yeah,
she's done subject to in the past. So as soon as I brought it up, she was like, "Oh yeah, I've done it. I've
perfect.
done it in the past." So she's like, "Just send me your terms and as long as you can give the seller some money up front, then he's open to it."
Cool. Yeah, this is a slam dunk, man. And then what you pad split also has recommended contractors that they've worked with. So we just contact pad split and have the contractors go over there, give you a quote for adding 2 bedrooms, and then we raise it from one of Joe or Carol's private lenders, because now this is a income producing property. It's not a fix and it's not a flip.
Yeah.
So there's a clear path to the private money lender getting paid back. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
This could start to work on your income to replace your job.
for sure, for sure.
And then the other thing is, once you get the thing purchased, you do the conversion, you get it rent stabilized. Pad Split actually has a marketplace. We can put them on that marketplace, and investors come along and buy them because they're ongoing businesses.
And actually, I was late to Jamil's call a couple weeks ago, but you and Jamil's jumping on Pat Split too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got a unique strategy that he's working on. He's
do you know
finding
Joe what he's doing?
yeah, he's finding empty lots near colleges and he's purchasing them and then doing a new construction just for a pad split, just for that reason. And then as soon as it's all built out, then pad split came in at the time of the construction, so it's all already in place, and everything's ready to go as soon as it's ready to be rented. They've already got all the plans in place, and they just go from there.
The only problem I have with that is I don't have a clue how to build a house.
Right. Yep.
I've never built a
That's
house. I don't know how to build a house.
that's the next player you need in your team, Mike. Somebody that has an architecture degree and can draw up some plans.
It's not an architecture degree. It's you need a general
Oh,
contractor that builds houses.
Yeah.
oh, really?
We need to find a general contractor and get him in the group.
I have a friend of mine that used to be my contractor back in the day, when I was doing fix and flip, but now he's building McMansions.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. You want a house that's 1.5 million, 5,000 square foot house. He's in Central Florida, he's your guy.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot, man. A lot of the people that are building new, they're building big houses, talking about bigger than 17 square feet now.
And see that, that's what I'm saying is, once you get above 1.5 million, it's a whole different ballgame. Those people aren't going to banks, they just write checks.
Yeah. Yeah, actually I had an agent that I've been hitting up for a while, for properties, like as a follow-up sequence. And and that's what he told me, man. He's like, "Nah, brother, I don't have anything, but he's like, but you know what? I flip properties." He's like, "If you have anything, like that you want to send over, like send it to me, I'll buy it." He's like, but he's like, "I buy the high-end properties, because with those you remodel them, and then when it comes to selling, like those people don't mess around, like they're just coming in and they're buying it, like there's no long waiting for your loan to be approved. Like it's just they just come in and sweep them up,
True. It's all true.
and the spread is bigger."
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in a down market, cash is king.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a downtrending market for the next 4 years.
Yeah, man, it's I don't know if you talked about that on the calls, but do you think the rates will go down a lot
No,
next year?
nope. I follow all this stuff. I used to be a newspaper guy, so it's just, part of my DNA now. But the Fed has already signaled that they have not beaten inflation, and the first rate reduction may be in July of 2024.
Oh, man.
That's 6.5 months from now.
That's a long time.
And it's a maybe. If you look at the data, the real estate market will start to crash before the Fed starts lowering rates. Once the market starts to crash, then they start lowering rates. And it's not like, they're going to drop at a point here, a point there. No, they're going to drop it, 10 basis points, 50 basis points, 40 basis points. It's a slow decline.
Man.
And the reason why is because they want prices to come down. They're forcing prices down.
They are, man. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
I noticed that there's some places where, if ARV might be like 350, you gotta like, I mean, you're thinking as if you're gonna be the flipper, right? When you're a wholesaler. So I'm already thinking like, man, like if ARV is 350, then you gotta count that maybe they're gonna be able to sell it for like 330,
Yeah. But in your particular case, that property in Garland, we know what the motivation is. We know that the realtor's cool with seller subject to, and you've got a kick-ass exit strategy for this property, and there's no restrictions.
Yeah.
And who cares if the property value goes down? If the thing is made, if you've got a $2,000 a month payment, you're bringing in $4,000 a month from pad split. Who cares what the value of the property is?
Yep. Oh man.
So yeah, I mean,
Well,
that's what I love about pad split is you're taking single family homes and you're turning them into income producing properties. And the nice thing is when one person moves out, 4 other people are still paying. Where if you just got the traditional model, one person moves out, now you're 100% responsible for the mortgage payment. So yeah,
because occupancy is what, like it's always like either at 100 or 90, something like that, right?
Yeah. But yeah, but like I said, well, actually I think I've got all the, I've got all the information I need to write this up for you. I'll probably write it up tonight after this meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, if anything, I'll text you as well.
Before I commit to that, I do have a meeting later on at 10 o'clock tonight. So that being said, don't expect it until tomorrow morning. Sorry.
Okay. No worries, Mike.
But I will
worries.
I will write that up for you.
Yeah. I'll keep in touch with you. I'll text you.
Yeah.
Just to clear out any details, any questions you might have. So yeah, man, have you guys done any deals? Anybody?
Other than me.
Well, yeah,
Not yet.
you.
I'm working on several. I got a property under contract down in Lehigh Acres that I'm working on. I got another one that I'm working on getting a contract in Cape Coral. It's a flooded property, but the sellers are ghosting me all of a sudden for some reason. I don't know why. And then I have a partner up in Toledo that sent us a property that I'm trying to dispo for her. And then I'm working on 2 different coin-operated laundries.
Nice, Mike. I'm glad that you guys are moving.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's, the only thing that slows me down is sellers. Like the one in Lehigh Acres, the man's 40 or 84 years old, and he doesn't want to move until January 15th. I could have had this thing sold a week ago. So I've got to wait. I've got to wait until he wants to move.
Yeah, man, there's some crazy ones. I've seen some on the Astro group where they're like, hey, the seller wants to move out till January 2025, like a whole year lease back. That's crazy.
Never going to happen. Nobody does that.
Yeah, like, there's no way I'd do that if I had the money to invest,
And
Like,
the thing about it is, I asked the hedge fund if they would let this 84-year-old man stay until January 15th and close it in December, and they're like, oh yeah, $2,200 a month, right?
oh,
So
that's a
nobody's going
lot.
to sell their house and then rent it back for $2,500 a month. They're just going to be like, screw it, we'll just wait until January.
Yeah. Makes sense, man. So you got hedge fund buyers again, like
Yeah.
that are buying? Because I know you had said that they weren't buying, right?
They weren't, because I think the news media was scaring the crap out of everybody. But I think they understand that, the sky is not falling anymore. It's going to tick down 1% a month, for the next 4 years, which is that's not a crash. It's a crash, but it's a slow crash. And hedge funds can manage that. The last time we were talking about crash, the whole credit system of the world locked up. Well, that's not happening this time.
Are they nationwide or just in Florida?
Just in their
Your
markets.
hedge fund.
Just in their markets. They're not nationwide. They have a particular set of markets.
Okay.
I haven't put out that email lately. I should.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Dallas is one of their markets.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was what I mean. That's the market I'm working on, so that's pretty much my main concern. So if they're working Dallas, then
But I want to let you know this property down in Lehigh Acres, which they made an offer on, they're buying it at 72% of ARV, but this house is a lipstick remodel. In other words, they just got to go in and clean carpets. That's about it. So they're at 72%. But, I'm assuming that if I go that route and they do an inspection, they're going to come back and try to beat me down, which I can't let them do that. So that being said, I'm working on finding other buyers, because I'm putting it out to landlord buyers to see if they want to pick it up at 80% of ARV. That still leaves them $65,000 of equity in the property.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep it in mind because I got an agent that he was telling me he gets a lot of rent ready properties.
Okay.
So once I start, I have some, I just don't have pictures of them.
Okay.
So I'll send them over to you, whatever he sent me, before
All
they
right.
hit the market. Hopefully we can get them before they go on market.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, Mike. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate your time and the info and the help, and I'll keep in touch with you.
Love the game, man. But I made a note right here to write up your subject to deal.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, man. Talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Anybody else got anything going on?
Right now, I almost gave you a call on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got somebody called. They were looking for either they needed they were gonna get a subject to, and they needed the money so they could give it to the owner so they could start this deal. And this young person didn't really understand what they were doing, so he goes, well, I'll do that, or I'll partner up with somebody. And I said, well, you got to make up your mind on which one it is you're doing, because you're looking for two different people.
Yep.
And he's like, okay, no, I'll decide that. And he goes, get this one, Mike. That's why I put everything on pause. He says the seller, this is how he came into it. He's had a buddy. Buddy decides to move out. So now the rental is vacant. He says, but you might want to call my landlord because I think he's trying to sell it. So this guy, this kid, he calls the landlord. He goes, hey, would you be willing to sell it? And the guy's like, yeah, this is how much I want. He says, well, what about subject to? And he goes, I'll do that. But this is where he got him. He goes, I'll write the contract for you and I'll send it to you, 8%.
There you go. Wholesale. He said, I'll do subject to, I'll write the contract and send it to you 8%.
Yep.
That's owner financing. That's not subject to.
Right. Well, owner financing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So at first he said 10 and this guy's like, man, I can go to the bank and get something better than that.
Absolutely.
And so he goes, okay, well then I'll make it 8. And I'm like, if you want to get this deal done, you're gonna have to come way down from 8. I think the ARV, because the place is rent ready. Yeah. ARV is like 310, and he was selling it for 115.
All right, so hang on a second. How many bedrooms and how many bathrooms?
3-2.
How many square feet?
It was 1,600 square feet.
Does it have an HOA or is it in a gated community?
It's not in a gated community, but I don't know about the HOA. Something in that price, it would be, in an HOA here in San Antonio.
Yeah, because, like I said, a pad split exit, I'm reading that they're getting, 2.5, 2 to 2.5 times a traditional rent. So everybody else that can't make an 8% mortgage work, pad split numbers might make an 8% mortgage work.
Yeah.
So here this guy's, thinking he's something by getting an 8% mortgage, but you got a better exit strategy.
Yeah, you're right.
Where's the property?
It's here in San Antonio.
San Antonio is a pad split city.
Yeah.
So that could work.
Yeah. So I called him and he sent me out. He says, I said, I'll find you a business partner. I mean, we all know subject to people,
yeah.
Or owner finance.
Oh, yeah.
And so I said, well, just as soon as you're ready, send me the contract, because he wasn't going to release the address until he had it under contract. And so I'm like, okay, that's cool with me.
I get that.
Yeah. And so I'm waiting. And I said, just let me know. Don't leave me hanging here. And so I called him on Saturday and I said, hey, what's going on? The only reason I feel comfortable following up with him like this was because we've attempted to work on other deals together. So I know that I can be a little bit more pushy with him, because I'm like, if you leave me hanging, don't tell me anything now. The next time you call, I might not answer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So right away when I called him, he answered, because he knows, there's you have to have that rapport with people.
Right.
You can't just call me, drop something on me, and then just walk away and say, oh, well, never mind. It's like, no, right. You have to tell me never mind, or else, the next time you call me, I'm not going to take you serious.
Right.
So it's
and deals come and go.
Yeah, deals come and go, and that's fine. And with me, everybody I speak to, it's about relationships.
Yeah.
This is a relationship business, so he understood that right away. That's why he kept that in mind for when I called him. He's like, yeah, no, I wasn't going to leave you hanging. I was going to call you back, but he found a partner.
Yeah.
And they finalized everything this morning.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mind if I ask you some questions?
Go ahead.
So I'm posting, need EMD help.
Yeah.
And nobody's responding to me.
Yeah, I know. I'm in the same boat right now.
Okay.
I got somebody. I've been busy all weekend, and out of everything that I've posted Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I only got one response.
Right.
It's a good one. The guy was trying to get both EMD and where did he say he's from? He's from the Baltimore area. and so he's forced to do double closes most of the time.
Okay.
So he wanted to get both done at the same time. And I'm like, yeah, I can work with you and we can work on the price if he's gonna he does these all the time. He's one of those investors that doing 4 or 5 deals a month.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're still ironing out all the all the details, but he's one of the ones that responded for me posting that over
Cool.
the week.
So what's your trick for picking out groups? Because I've joined several groups and then I post that and they're like, don't approve my post.
Oh, yeah. Well, one of the tricks that I learned is you go into their chats, you go join the best thing that I've been doing is, because I've been doing this for a little bit, is I join a group that also has a chat attached to it. And so they're a little bit more, because now you're not just in the group, you're in the chat.
All right.
So they're a bit more lenient on the rules. They don't apply as much because you're in the chat.
Okay.
So
You're
that's one of the
engaged.
ways, shortcuts that I
You're engaged. You're not just spamming the comments.
exactly. You're
Got
engaged. I just and yeah, so that's where I've been finding my leads over the past 4 or 5 weeks. It's in the chats. It's not so much in the on the in the group.
So join investor groups and then look for an attached chat and then participate in the chat.
Yeah, participate in the chat. I'm in there all the time. I like something, I comment, and that just gets you get engaged, you get into the conversations. They'll get used to seeing you there.
Because Tuesdays are my days to do the EMD thing. So
I
I
didn't
ask you, and then I write down what you tell me to do, and then I do it tomorrow.
Well, perfect. That's good.
I'm an
Yeah.
action taker. I take action, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then I don't do that again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If
And
it
that's
works,
what I've been doing. And these are things that people aren't really sharing with people,
yeah.
Because they're like, oh, just join a bunch of groups. Well, that's, you need to give me a little bit more information than that. I'm sorry I hadn't shared that with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the chats are where it's at.
Cool. Good to know. See, I'm learning too.
Yeah.
So, got anything else going on?
No, just those 2 things. The others from last week didn't go through. They both kind of both by Wednesday they're like, okay, it didn't work. So we were out on both. One of them didn't go through. Yeah, well, both of them basically on Wednesday they said, yeah, it's not going to happen. So
Deals come and go.
deals come and go, but the relationship is still there.
Yeah.
Especially Farah, the leads that Farah brought in. We reached out to them, and that was a pretty tough one because it was a pretty good deal. But they're like, don't worry, we're going to come back to you. They've already got 2 more in the hopper right now, ready to fire off. So,
Nice.
So we're still out there connecting with people and seeing where we can refer people to.
Yeah, it's just all about being ready when they're ready.
Yeah. So we're still active.
Yeah.
And it just taking, like you said, just taking those action steps. Everybody else is checked out for the holidays, and I'm still at it.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me of that guy that sold me the song and dance about how they can fund and they work with investors, and I brought him out here and did the interview with him, all that stuff. I bring him a deal, and he ghosts me.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
once a month, I still get an email from them about how they just funded this, $2 million property, blah 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 blah. I'm like, you're so full of shit. Why are you even sending me emails?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a situation. If you couldn't do it, call me, tell me I can't do it for this reason. I'd have been like, okay, whatever. You ghost me, I got nothing. I'm like, I'm never doing business with you again because you ghosted me.
Yeah. But you're still in their system where they're sending you emails and stuff.
I just mark it as spam.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I see you got a new guest here. I was gonna reach out to them because I saw they popped in and then they popped out. You know, so now they're back here. Don
You're
Hill.
talking about Verdon.
Yeah, Verdon.
Yeah. Verdon, can you hear us? Are you there? There she is.
I can. I'm just stuffing my mouth right now.
It's that time of day. So anyway, once you clear yourself, what do you got going on?
I'm sorry, you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we got a little lag here.
Oh, all right.
Oh, just the same. Reaching out to these sellers and dealing with sick children and the whole nine.
Yeah. You got anything active?
No, no actives.
All right. So it's just
No, I don't have any contracts at the moment.
doing a lot of outreach.
Definitely doing a lot of outreach.
Yeah. It's that time of year. Everybody's checking out for the holidays.
They're checking out and I'm trying to check in.
Yeah.
I heard the most deals are done the day after Christmas.
They are.
I heard a motivational speaker said one time, to go surfing, you gotta paddle like crazy till you catch a wave. Then once you catch a wave, it's easy, and everybody thinks, wow, look how easy surfing is. But they forget about how hard you had to paddle to catch that wave.
Well, I have a question for all of you guys.
What's up, Dennis?
I'm a mute.
Are you don't have to mute. Don't mute. Stay on, because this question's for you too. My question is, are you guys comping and then calling people, or are you guys just straight calling the list?
Well, here's what I do. I don't comp anything until I speak to somebody, you know, either an agent, and if I have a chance, you know, if I got the seller's name, then I call them, but it's not worth doing the work if no one's gonna answer. So that's how I do it.
How about you, Verdon?
Yeah, no, I don't ever comp a property before I call because you just never know if they even want to sell. It's just like wasting time.
All right. And you, Adrian, and
even if I'm calling on one that's on market, I don't comp it first because agents don't answer the phones either. So
yep.
And like we talked
most
about
of the time. Oh, my bad, Mike. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Adrian. You're up.
No, I was going to say most of the time I go back and forth. It really just kind of depends, to be honest. I know it's not a good answer, but I'd say about 60-40, probably comping more. I look at it too much. I think Privy, it's kind of it makes it a lot faster, so it's a lot easier to comp. So I kind of got used to comping a little bit before I call because I can go through Zillow, but a lot of the properties are just wasting my time more so than anything. So I usually just kind of jump on Privy. Appreciate you, Dennis. I appreciate it, buddy.
And my answer to that is the same as always. When I don't use those other services. I use PropWire. And when you put your property into PropWire, it tells you what their estimate is. And their estimate is always conservative. And then I don't do anything other than glance at it and then call, because it's no sense in spending all that time with somebody that doesn't want to sell.
Yep.
Once they sell, or once they say they want to sell, then I go down through here. I ask them, what they want to get out of the house just to move on. They give me their number, and I tell them, let me pass this along to my team, and I'll give you a call back. That's when you do the heavy analysis of the ARV. That's when you do your heavy comping.
Yep.
After you filled out this form and you know what their sell price is.
So I learned two ways to this last year now. because the old way was, 75 minus wholesale minus blah 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 and your assignment fee. And then we went to 65, 55, ARV. And then I learned 70% minus your wholesale fee minus repairs. But the easiest way to do it is like what he is saying. You can take Privy, you can take Zillow, you can take, or no, you can't take Privy. Zillow, Redfin, and PropWire. And you can get an estimate, and you just go off the estimate before you even start, figuring out, because they're going to ask you, well, what will you give me for it? And you're going to be like, well, what will you take for it? And then you're going to be like, well, what are you going to give me for it? What are you going to take for it? What are you going to give me for it? And you go battling back and forth.
Actually, let me stop. Instead of you doing that, when you ask them how much cash do you need to get out of the house just to move on, and they're like, well, what do you give me for it? Say this. So you don't have a number in mind? And they'll be like, no. And then say to them, well, all right, how about $1? I'll give you $1. Isn't that? What do you think about $1? Oh, no. And you got to say kind of like in a joking kind of manner, because they have a number, they're just not telling you. So you throw in $1. But you got to say it like as a joke, and it kind of breaks up that monotony of playing tennis back and forth. Well, I can't take $1. Well, obviously you have a number in mind. What's your number? Well, I don't know. I know what my number is, but I want you to tell me. All right, how about $2? We can do this all day long. But you got to do it. I'm doing it kind of serious, but you got to kind of do it in a jovial manner. But that's a great way to break that back and forth tennis game we're playing.
Yeah, I get that now. I get that now because for a while, guys, I'll be honest with you, I was comping a lot of properties. I'm not gonna lie. Last time this year, I spent the whole month of December comping from 7 a.m. till 2 a.m. besides doing my other job.
And the thing about
it is a long time.
But the thing about it is nobody gets to the NFL right out of Pee Wee. You got to go and do the work. You got to play high school ball. You got to play college ball. You got to go through the reps over and over and over and over and over and over and over again before you get to the pros.
Unless your daddy's name is LeBron James. Yeah, get it. Sorry.
But what I'm saying is you had to develop those muscles.
Yeah.
And now you're like, you can do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've heard Jamil talk about, when he started Keekly, he was doing like 100, 120 properties a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the easiest thing was to just call him and just give him the Zestimate. And then get him
and
on
like I said, you take the Zestimate, you take what Redfin says is worth, you take what PropWare says is worth, you add them all together, divide by 3, you're going to be pretty damn close.
Yep.
There's 3 different data sources, add them up, divide by 3, you're going to be close. Then if it looks like a deal from, what the seller says to you, and again, you don't ask them, what will you take for the property? You say, how much cash do you need to get out of the house to move on?
Yeah, find their pain point. Yeah.
Yeah. And you already know what their motivation is because asking the price is the last question. You already know what the motivation is. And then, you ask them, oh, why are you considering selling? Well, I really have my eye on this boat. And if I sell this house, I can buy a boat. That's not motivation. Now, like we were talking to Alexis, he's talking to somebody. Hey, I bought this property. I thought I wanted to be a landlord. I'm bringing in $2,200 a month. My payment's $2,300 a month. I'm losing $100 every single month. Now you heard the pain point. Now you know what the motivation is. They're losing money. See the difference?
Yep.
But
which brings me.
Then once you have the number, and you kind of you've got a ballpark like, oh, all right, this is a deal. That's when you get more specific and more granular.
Which brings me to that non-shiny object syndrome that I just sent you, and I sent Adrian, and I'll send Joe. And if you want it, Verdon or Alexis, I'll send it to you. Nathan Harris gave me an Excel spreadsheet to just do the straight comp, and it works magically delicious. I'm not kidding you. This is better than Lucky Charms, dude. It will show you
what that slogan was from.
Yeah, Lucky Charms. I'm a kid. I'm a kid of the '80s, man. I liked He-Man, Batman, GI Joe. Sorry, Verdon, I didn't play
Yeah.
with Barbie dolls. Cabbage Patch Kids. I learned to dance. You know, I also learned to WAP and all that stuff too. But
Hey,
you know,
Dennis, don't tell me you still watch Looney Tunes with cereal on Saturday mornings.
I wish I could. My fat ass can't get on the floor like that. Sitting Indian style nowadays. No. And then a dribble of milk just coming down your chin while you're watching it. Nah, I can't do that no more. I wish I could. That was about 200 pounds ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like a whole lot of hair more.
Well,
But
cool.
yeah,
But
his Excel spreadsheet is pretty good. You're able to do the labeling of how much the rehab would want to be, because you know not everything is $60 per square foot. You know, not all walls need to be moved.
did you
And
email it, or did you drop in the chat, or did you text it? What'd you
I
do?
tried to drop it in the chat. I sent it to you. I'll send it to all you guys.
What'd you do? Email?
Email, because I don't know how to send it. I'm not good at the computer, guys. I'll be honest with you. I'm not good like that.
Hey, we worked out a deal though, didn't we, on those expireds?
Oh yeah, you're amazing on that. You're amazing on that. You're good on that. But yeah, if you guys
You
want to,
guys already closed the deal?
no, he
No.
helped me with these expired listings that had columns as long as it was rows. It was
Oh,
ridiculous.
So basically, he doesn't know how to do Excel. So basically, what he does is he sends me a copy of the list that he gets from the title company every week,
uh-huh.
and I just get rid of all the miscellaneous crap that he doesn't need. And basically, I just give him property address, name of the owner address,
And
and then
cell
send
phones.
that spreadsheet back to him.
Yep.
Takes me about 5 minutes to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
So he sends it to me. I get rid of all the other crap, send him back a calling list of expireds.
Yeah, that's all I've been calling. I haven't been calling. I haven't called Zillow in a while. I haven't called Privy in a while.
Yeah.
Just been calling straight there. But that copy the little Excel spreadsheet that he sent is it's really good, and it makes it so much faster.
I look
And
forward to getting that.
yeah, I'll send it to you. It makes it really good. He's trying to be, Harris is trying to be just like another Jameel or Pace. I get it. I get what he's trying to do. I personally wouldn't want to do all that. I just want to stick to investments. I don't want to be in a marketer. Just That's just me. But you
What
know,
email did you what email did you send it to?
Mike Michael at Michael at where did I send it? I sent it to Mike Grady Buys Houses.gmail.
BradyBuysHouses@gmail.com. Yeah.
Yep. If you haven't gotten it, let me know.
I have not got it. That's why I was checking. I have not got it.
All right, I'll send it again. And you guys just send me your emails so I can send it to you. This stuff it makes it so much faster, and you'll get closer to a deal than just asking a senior person in Astro or a senior person in TTP or uh, what's the other one?
Step two.
Sub two creative financing with Pace Morby. Because they don't ever have time of the day. Everybody's very busy. This thing it'll narrow down the number. Bam, you set it out, go from there, and it puts your assignment fee in. And you can usually it's like $10,000. I mean, if you want to go to 15 or 20, that's up to you. But
Yeah.
Mike, do you know how to switch that to Google Docs? If I took it from Word, if I took it from Excel, you know how to switch it over to Google Docs? You do?
Sure do.
Could I send it? I haven't used it yet, Dennis, because I can't
Absolutely.
edit.
Absolutely. Easy.
But Google Docs will work. So I'll just send it over to you, and then that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can figure it out that way. Okay,
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure Google's going to put Microsoft out of business.
Well, it's just a spreadsheet. It's just because Excel, they want me to pay for it and I'm not paying for it.
Exactly. Well, you got Google Sheets, does everything Excel does.
Yeah. So I just don't know how to switch it all over and do all that stuff, but I appreciate it anyway.
Send it over. I'm
Okay.
super fast at that stuff.
All right.
Yeah, so
Perfect.
that's all that's the difference between what's going on with those two camps is 70% minus, rehab, which Mike knows, minus your uh, um minus your assignment fee. But the other thing that I don't understand with, and you probably do this too, when you comp a house, they're also taking off 10 grand usually, and then plus the renovation cost per square foot. Why is that?
Downtrending market.
Is that why?
You're pricing it into the future.
Okay.
Downtrending market.
Do you guys understand that? So you're going not, let's say 100,000 minus,
So you're a property
$40 per square foot. You're
the
also
property
putting
is worth
10,000.
The properties that the ARV should be 100 grand today. You're starting at 90 because they're pricing it into the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a downtrending market.
Yeah.
You don't do that in an uptrending market.
So once the rates start to go back lower, then that means when we have more, it's a seller's market, then we would take away that 10,000 or we keep that.
Nope, it doesn't have anything to do with rates. It's the different markets that I track. You're actually going to see prices come down, and then they will level out, and they'll stay level for a couple of years, and then they'll start to climb back up.
And so, what do you do with that 10,000? You just always keep it forever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not forever. You take it until the market bottoms out. But the market's not going to bottom out for 4 or 5 years. We're talking about 20 to 30.
Okay. I wasn't taught that. I wasn't taught to minus 10,000 minus rehab fees, and then minus my my assignment fee. I wasn't taught that. I didn't know about that.
And the reason why is because you started to learn this business at the tail end of a hot market. Keep in mind, and I say this about realtors, anybody that has a real estate license for less than 15 years has never seen a down market. Any real estate investors that have been doing this for less than 15 years have never seen a down market. And people that have never seen a down market think real estate goes up forever. And it doesn't. Nothing goes up forever.
On our next meeting, can we talk about notes too? Flipping notes.
You want to flip notes?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Sure, we can talk about flipping notes.
I don't know what the difference with flipping a deed is versus flipping a note, but sure.
It's just paper. It's just wholesaling. It's just paper.
Okay.
All right. For example, there was that disaster property that I had up in Chicago. All right, where I had the property under contract and it was a subject to deal, and I wanted a $20,000 assignment fee, and the seller wanted 15 grand cash. The subject to student said, they couldn't do it at those numbers. I said, okay. What they wanted, they wanted to give me my assignment fee, and they wanted the seller to take a $15,000 note, pay him $100 a month, and then pay him out after 7 years. The seller didn't want that. The seller wanted their cash. So I said, how about this? How about you take over the property subject to, you give the seller 15 grand cash. I'll take my $20,000 assignment fee as a note and take $100 a month payment. And and then it's the thing is fully due in 7 years. See, what I did is I was creating a note. Now, what I would have done if that deal would have gone through, I would have took that note, I would have put it on the out to the community that buys notes and say, listen, I'll sell you this note that's worth 20 grand for $10,000 cash. So here you got a note. guaranteed by real estate. You get paid $100 a month, and it's a $20,000 note you just bought for 10 grand. That's how you flip notes.
Amazing. That's amazing right there. That's a lot of money right there. Did you guys just get that? That's like a shitload of money. Good God Almighty. That's cool.
That's how you create money out of air.
Out of air. Just, I mean, you're still invested in the deal, no matter what.
Yeah.
Because they have an IOU.
And the subject to student wouldn't do it because they're not paying a wholesaler that kind of money.
Oh, you're high. They're high. Sorry. I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? Yeah, they're high. Yeah, no.
Let's just say not all of PACE's students are like PACE.
Well, that's why they started doing that transactional funding thing, because no one wants to get their knees dirty on trying to get a subject to or seller finance. Now they're just transactional funding this and that, and they don't have any skin in the game. They're just calling people and making sure that your paperwork is being submitted through to the title agency of the lawyer.
So but yeah, flipping notes is easy, man. I mean, it's flipping note. I shouldn't say flipping notes is easy, because you got to go out and find somebody that wants to flip a note. It's much easier to flip a note when you can create a note. And that's what I did right there. I mean, when that sub 2 student came back, and they were like, oh, this, we're going to give the seller, we'll pay you your assignment fee, but we're going to give a note to the seller. Well, I was like, crap, because the seller said. So then I thought about it, and I'm like, well, Jesus Christ, this ain't hard. I thought about it. Like, I woke up at like 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, this ain't hard. Just flip it around.
Yeah, because it's an option. It's an option on the house. If that's what you understand, it's kind of like an option.
It's
because
not even,
you're actually still in the deal.
Yeah, you're still in the deal. Yeah, as a promissory note, but yeah, it's not an option, because the note holder doesn't have the ability to foreclose in the house, because that note would have been in second position.
Yep, but you're still in position.
Yeah, but you're still in position.
When they sign, you're still in position. And
well, think about in second position, you wouldn't be able to foreclose in the house, but you could put a lien in the house. So if they stopped paying it, nobody could sell the house unless they paid off the note.
And then if you record that lien, then it's now a secured lien, and it's hard to get away from a secured lien.
Exactly.
It's really
hard.
You
also file the affidavit of memorandum, so now they got 2 clones.
Yeah. Wow.
But that's how you create a note. There's and if you want to talk about actually getting into the note flipping business, I can brush up on that. I haven't looked at that in a while. Probably should.
Russ Dalby?
What?
Russ Dalby? Is that how you got back in the night?
No,
back in 2000?
It's a Legrand course I bought.
It's a Legrand, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Legrand course I bought back in the day. But that being said, it's much easier to flip a note that you own. As opposed to find somebody who wants to get rid of a note and then be the middleman.
Listen, I'm old school, and I was looking for notes, guys, back in the day, 2000, 2001, 2003. Looking and looking and looking and looking. I kid you not. I mean, nobody wanted to give me notes. Look at that.
Paper power.
That's real investment stuff right there. Sorry, I was going to use the sailor words, but that's real investment stuff.
Yeah.
That's old school stuff, but that's what this stuff was founded on.
Yeah.
Note flipping and lease options and buying and holding.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, before
Dennis, I will read this again. I'm not going to put it back on the shelf. I'm going to read it again.
Well, but guys, what you got to realize is we're a small group. There's 6 of us, 7 of us on here. This wholesale stuff didn't start catching wave until like 2016, 2015. That stuff that he was holding right there, that's been around for a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's old school stuff. That's OG stuff. That's not Pace Morby, Jamil Damji stuff. That's way before their time.
Well, Ron LeGrand is one of the godfathers of this whole freaking business. Him, Robert Allen. And I already showed you my DVDs from the master himself.
And you can you be a gate? Let me ask you this question. Can you be a gator and start purchasing notes if you're going to do deals?
That's a joke question.
Can you be a gator and purchase notes?
Well, yeah, because if they want skin in the game and they don't want to give you skin in the game, you need that promissory note anyway. That's
right.
like that's a given to have the promissory note, but then you're on that contract with so yeah.
So it is an option. It's not something that I've looked into at the moment, but as Mike knows, everything that when you start down this road, other opportunities come to you because just what Mike had happened, where you've got to be creative, you've got to find a way to make the deal, get it, because it's always right here, isn't it, Mike? The day before or the day of the deal, next thing you know, oh, well, this didn't happen. Well, here, let me make this happen.
Yep.
And then these guys, what they're doing is, it depends on where you're going, but you could get that, take that and flip it.
Yeah.
Every deal needs money.
Yeah.
Exactly. Every deal.
Yeah.
Every single deal needs money. Mm-hmm. It doesn't happen magically. This isn't like, Cinderella and we just ding and everything happens. Money is needed. And so when you're a gator or you're a private money lender, you have to have that money, and it has to be secure. So that's why you're usually on that title. But if you also say that, I'll put a note on this.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me just jump in here. This business, everybody talks about no money down. Every deal has to have money in it for closing costs. Okay? Every closing has to have money come in. What no money down is none of my money. Use OPM.
Yeah.
And one thing that everybody will tell you, there's far, far, far more money than deals.
Yes. Especially now, because things shifted.
Yeah. And the thing about success breeds laziness. When you've made a couple $1 million, you don't want to work hard anymore. You want somebody to bring you deals and you let your money work for you.
I'm not that one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be that one guy. Sorry. I will work hard for everybody. I don't give a damn. I don't care if my teeth fall out. I'll work for you.
Yeah. But that's the misnomer about no money down deals is it's not that there's no money going through the transaction. It's just not my money.
Yeah, so I've seen that. Yeah, you could do that, and it's something that I would eventually venture off into. At the moment right now, I'm just pacing myself.
Yeah.
Because you got to focus on one thing.
Until you get good at it.
Until you get good at it, exactly. So that's what I'm doing. I'm focusing on that one thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do have a little bit of experience in doing that from 20-something years ago. And so, and that was the main reason why I'm doing what I'm doing now, because I had a small understanding of what all of this is, like you just said, Mike, you're just buying paper.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, flipping paper, that's it.
Yeah. And the biggest thing to wrap your head around, you want to be wealthy, get in debt. Yep. We live in a debt-based world. The more debt you're in, the wealthier you'll be. Now, there's a difference between good debt and bad debt, and that's why everybody reads Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah,
good debt is when Alexis gets into a subject to deal, he's not using his money; he's taking somebody else's loan. Then, because that person is selling to him, because that person is losing $100 a month because they can't bring in enough rent, he's got a better strategy to use pad split to bring in, $3,800, $4,000 a month when his payment's $2,300 a month. But again, to do the pad split, he's going to need to build that out. Did I say, hey, Alexis, you're going to need to come up with 10 grand, to pay the contractors to put two new bedrooms. No. I said, we're going to contact Joe to find a private money lender.
Exactly. Yep. I've got one right.
It's not that there's no money in the deal. There's always money going into the deal. It's just not coming out of your pocket. See, because when it comes out of your pocket, then you have a return on your investment.
Yeah.
When you're using somebody else's money and you have zero into it, your return is infinite.
Zero. So that's what zero down means.
Zero down just means none of the money's coming out of my pocket. You know what I contribute? The brain.
The most important part, the creative part. That's the one thing I've always said we don't have enough of in this world. I've said this for the last 20, 30 years. I was in the Army 30 years ago. And the one thing they didn't have is problem solving.
Yeah.
I was in the Army, so of course that's that.
The Army is not known for problem solving. The Army is known for throwing a lot of stuff at people and overwhelming them.
But still, it's for a young person, it's an experience that if basically it comes down to one thing. You got to be aware. You got to pay attention. You got people drifting through life, not paying attention. Person sitting right there in front of me, telling me, hey, I've got this deal, I've got this, and I don't know where to take it. I said, hold on, you have a lead. That is not a deal yet. Do you need help reviewing your lead? And he goes, well, what's the difference? And I said, give me the numbers, give me the address. I typed everything up, told him, I said, you're way off. Tell that person that you need to, because of this and that and this and that, and explain it just like this. And the young person's, but I don't know if they'll agree. I said, well, then they're not motivated. That's it, and then he was like, well, and I said, what is it? Said, hold on, ask me something that I'm going to say no to. And he asked me something, and I said, no. I said, no, did you die? And he goes, no. I said, go for it. Just throw it out there. That's basically, that's my mantra. Go for the no.
6 or 8 months ago, there was a new guy just got into Astro, and he said he was scared of calling people on the phone. And I wrote in the comments, I will give you $100 bill if you can call 100 people and get 100 no's. I will pay you. I mean, I had no idea this. I just saw the person was struggling. They're new. They're struggling. I said, I will give you a crisp $100 bill if you call 100 people and get 100 no's. And the reason I know this is because you can't call 100 people and get 100 no's. It's impossible. But with new people, you kind of got to put that carrot in front of them, like, hey, man, I'm going for $100. What they don't realize is every phone call could be a $10,000 assignment fee.
Well, with this formula that Brent came up with, well, he didn't probably come up with it, but the 10-year balloon, 5% down, $1,000 a month payment. He wants to wholesale all those. Yeah. He doesn't want to keep them. Right. He wants to get them under contract and then wholesale that thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would you wholesale that when it's infinite money coming in for at least a good year or two? He goes, because I don't want the headache. But you want the headache. And when I get a little bit more senior, I want that headache.
But the thing about it is you never hear me talking about buying single family homes to rent them out.
No, you don't.
You hear me talk about buying single family homes and pad splitting them because pad split does all the management. Headache gone.
Oh, pad split does the management on the money?
They advertise for the people, they screen the people, they put the people in the property. They collect all the money. They just send you a check once a month. And if something needs to be fixed, they tell you, you call up a contractor and they go fix it.
So if we get a seller finance deal, just a single family, and it's not pad split, you don't want to seller finance and keep it?
I say seller financing just because here's the thing. If you try to do pad split and you go out and get a mortgage, then you get another deal and you get a second mortgage. Then you get another deal and you get a third mortgage. Then you get another deal, and all of a sudden the next bank is like, you've already got 3 other properties. We're going to do this one, but you're starting to get to where you're become too big of a credit risk. And by the time you get to your 5th mortgage, banks are done with you. They're not going to give somebody a mortgage.
They won't work with them. No loan officer will. They'll get too tired of all the extra mortgages on top of it, and they'll say, I don't want to deal with the headache because it's too stressful, too much paperwork. Yeah, it's a headache. He's right.
There you go. That's why I'm always talking about doing subject to or owner financing, because that doesn't affect your credit at all.
But neither does seller finance, right? It doesn't affect your credit either.
That's what I'm saying. Seller finance or subject to. Neither one of them are on you.
Yeah.
But neither one of them are on you publicly.
Yeah.
But
do you want to keep those?
Adrian just backed me up. He said, once you get to your 5th mortgage, forget it, man. Banks would be like, you're too big of a credit risk.
But if you get 3 or 4 seller finance single families, are you going to keep them, or are you're going to wholesale them out?
Well, if I was bringing in $4,000 a month and my mortgage payment was $2,200 a month, and I was $1,800 a month positive cash flow, I would keep that until Armageddon. I would keep that until the end of days. I mean, have you ever listened to any of when Grant Cardone is teaching his oldest daughter about his real estate business? He tells her, never, ever, ever, ever sell the apartment buildings. Ever. Once you have a positive cash flow situation, why would you want to sell it? Exactly. It's all about scale.
Yeah, you mentioned selling the plane and the cars.
Yeah. Sell the plane, sell the cars, never sell the apartment buildings, ever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Planes, cars, toys, all that stuff takes money out of your pocket. Cash flow flows into your pocket.
I've only heard of one person that sold their apartment building, but that's because 49% went down from occupancy of 96 to 49.
That's just bad management. That was just bad management.
Yep.
That's a burned out landlord. That's a landlord that doesn't know what they're doing. They just gave up, or something happened. Yep. If you ever run across those deals, call me, because I love fixing problems.
And all he did is allocated his money to a plaza, and then bought where a Aldi's was.
Now, that being said, there is another reason to sell a cash flowing property. And that's if you're going to 1031 exchange it into a bigger property.
This was such a good meeting again. God dang. It's good stuff.
Yes. Not only did I buy them, I read them, and then I actually did them.
Good stuff, guys.
That's why you guys can ask me questions, because I've actually done shit.
Good stuff.
And then it's like we were talking about earlier. You're talking about you spent a month from 7 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock in the AM doing comping. You were building that muscle. Now, you can look at a property and just burn through the comping process probably in 2 or 3 minutes, where the first one probably took you an hour and a half. And that's why in the beginning I was talking about, I'm going to run down the path of this deal here. I've never bought a property from an inmate. This is what I find exciting. I'm a real estate geek, but I'm going to learn all kinds of shit on this deal if it comes through.
Yeah, I bet you there's a lot of them. Otherwise, they would be they would be on probation.
One of the government lists that nobody ever talks about calling is calling bail bondsmen. People that need bail bondsmen have legal problems. And the ones that get convicted are going to the joint can't make mortgage payments. You can get a lot of hot leads from bail bonds.
Yeah, nobody wants to meet no Foxy Brown kind of dude from Samuel L. Jackson. Be scared. I wouldn't want to meet some guy like that. What the problem is, start shooting up the place? Oh no.
Hey man,
Oh.
if anybody wants to talk about that kind of thing, just refer you to YouTube and look up Sheriff Grady Judd, Polk County, Florida.
Oh man.
When Antifa came here to cause riots, they caused a riot for one day. That night, old Grady Judd gets on national television and said, listen, Antifa said they're going to come back tomorrow. I just want to let Antifa know this is Polk County, Florida. People that live here like guns. We support those people. If you try to break into their house or burn down their house, they're going to blow you out of their house with their guns, and we're going to show up with the bodyguards.
I watched that interview when it came out.
Yep. I live here, man. I'm here to tell you right now, between 4 neighbors within 2 houses of my house, if there is a crowd of 50 people coming down our street to riot, they're all dead. But we have enough firepower to put down 50 people, no problem.
Yeah, that's how it is here in Phoenix. They ain't playing over here.
No. Arizona, Florida, Texas.
And now the sheriff's stepping down because he said he didn't have enough authority.
But that's what I'm saying is that's why I don't worry about convicts or anything else. This ain't New York. It ain't California. This. I just read something about somebody in California that burglar breaks into the house, guy shoots him, and they put the guy who was getting burglarized in prison.
Yeah, no, they didn't put him in prison. You know what they did to him?
What?
So he called it. They show his security footage where he came into his property, and they had one of those gates that closed, and they snuck in while the gate was closing, and they snuck in, and he had one of those long walkways that narrows into his doorway. And somebody came up from behind him, startled him, and he just turned around, and his first reaction was to reach back and defend himself.
Yeah.
So he does that. They run off. They go around his cars and take off. He called the police, and they got there 3 days later. Yeah. So it took him 3 days to get there.
3 days.
3 days after he said there were shots fired, and it took them 3 days to get there, and they did the report, and then like the next day they revoked his concealed carry.
That's California, man. California, New York, Massachusetts, New Jersey, crazy world.
I had to deal with that in Maryville, and there was people breaking into my house with young kids, and I scared them off with a knife, and there was 3 of them. They just jumped over walls, but the police told me, Mr. Sylvan, you can't shoot these people unless they're facing you. Now, if you shoot them in the back like they were getting away, you're going to prison. You understand that? I'm like, okay, well then I'll get rock salt shells, and then you come get this piece of shit off my yard.
I just got an advertisement. I'll probably do something about it in January after the holidays, but it looks like a regular 9, except it shoots these balls that are kind of like paintballs, but it's full of tear gas.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. I've seen those. They're non-lethal. Yeah. I don't know. I look at everything, So they're non-lethal. You can carry them from state to state
because they're technically an air gun.
Yeah, so it's an air gun. I've even seen that one where you put the cartridge. You remember the BB guns from when we were kids?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You put the cartridge in there, but when you put it in there, you only had a certain amount of time before the air all escaped. Well, the cartridge you put in there now, you don't pierce the cartridge until you pull the trigger.
Right.
So you can carry that same cartridge in there forever.
CO2, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's non-lethal. But I mean, you get hit with it. They're like, once you fire this, make sure you're not within 6 feet of whatever you hit with it, because that tear gas goes everywhere for six feet.
Oh,
And I've never been tear gassed, but I've been pepper sprayed, and I'm telling you what, that will put you on the ground.
yes,
Your
it will.
nose starts running, your eyes close up, you can hardly breathe. It puts you down.
Yep.
But again, the reason we're talking about all this is because I'm going after a guy that's in the joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be good with that one. That'll be easy.
Yeah. And it really depends on what it stretches. I mean, if he's getting out in 6 months, probably not. But if he's got a 10-year bid, yeah, who wouldn't want to
If
sell
he's
it?
if he's losing the house and he has only 6 months to go, you're getting the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. His
He ain't gonna be able to find no
siblings,
job.
the siblings on this document agreed to give him the house, and the dude is in the joint. It means the siblings can't make the payments because there's a $9,000 mortgage on it.
Yeah, you can go get that house. That's you gotta go get that.
I mean, all right. So the judge, this is an active probate. So, the attorney hasn't filed for summary judgment, and the summary judgment hasn't been acted upon yet. But once that judge approves that summary judgment, the guy in the joint's responsible for the mortgage payment.
Yep.
Well, he ain't got no way to produce income.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure that unless it's a white collar crime, probably ain't got no money. That's why he's in the joint to begin with.
So do you have to get a hold of a public defender to get in touch with them, or you just get a hold of
I don't have a clue how this works, man.
I think it's going to be
I just
clerk
got
of
it
the
a couple
court.
hours ago.
Clerk of the court. Clerk of the court is going to be your best bet.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna find out what he's in the joint for, and then I'll probably write him a letter.
Right. Yeah.
Start at the beginning. Hey, do you want to sell it?
Yeah.
I happen to notice you're doing a 20-year stretch for killing your girlfriend because she was home.
Well, you can ask the clerk of the court, say, well, you have an inmate in there that has a house that might go to foreclosure. How do I correspond with that gentleman?
I don't think it's the clerk of the court. I think you're into the Department of Corrections.
Yeah, they'll probably say the Department of Corrections and stuff like that. DOC.
Yep.
And I've actually got family members that work at Attica up in New York, so I could probably call them and ask them. How would it work in New York State? I'm pretty sure the Department of Corrections, especially when you're in a federal penitentiary like Marion is, it's probably run by the feds, not so much by the states.
And it's probably a lot easier because state versus federal is not as many loopholes anymore.
Yeah.
State's all winky wonky.
I don't know, but it's going to be fun learning. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. It's a new problem to solve.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm a real estate geek, so this is fun.
Well, I'll let you know what if I hear anything from Brent's team about that one, because they were talking about it for the last 2 weeks. So
cool.
They have the same thing, so I'll let you know.
Cool.
Ooh, well, I got to get going.
All right.
I had fun.
Dennis, send me that email, Dennis.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, send an email because I didn't get it either.
Okay, I will send it.
All right, good seeing you guys. Adrian,
nice meeting you.
Adrian, you got everything off your chest? Did you have anything you want to talk about?
No, I called you earlier because I was looking for the website. I wanted to kind of get your contracts, and that was addressed by Dennis. I was just coming to say hi, you guys. I ain't been on for a couple weeks. Just want to let you know I'm still here trying to grind, trying to get something going. Got one that I'm fighting on. It's a fire burn, but we'll see. I got another possible one that I might lock up. Me and the agent are going back and forth currently. We'll see. I'll let you guys know, but I'll probably touch base with you, Mike.
Just remember, if you're working with agents, no short EMDs, no short inspection periods anymore.
Yeah, I won't. This is a 10-day. It's a motivated seller. It's on market. I know somebody that locked it up, and I'm locking. If I get it, I'm probably going to get it maybe 15,000 less than he did. If I get it, but he wants to negotiate. I'm going back and forth with him. But I want your contract because he's telling me I have to do an AAR, whatever it is, for him. But I still want the language of your contract in it, just in case there's any funny stuff going on.
Which contract do you want me to email you?
The one with the E&D, that goes through closing. I'll
Okay.
list it. I'm gonna see what he
So
says.
you just want a wholesaling, my wholesaling contract.
I'm gonna wholesale this, but I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna wholesale it. I just
Okay.
happened. But the last guy that just locked it up did, and he had a buyer. And to be honest with you, they were gonna close. And I guess what was the title company that was down for 4 days, 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago?
I don't know.
There was one major title company that was down for 4 days, and it didn't close
Fidelity?
because I think it was. And it shut down, and so his buyer backed out. He had a team, a crew that was going to do it. They took another job because they were so low. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to get my hopes up, but we'll see.
How about those other two deals? Did those close? They fun?
One didn't know. I know one didn't. That's all I'm going to say at that one. And the other one I still have, but no.
All right.
One of them I'm pissed off about, to be honest. But Dennis, but I'll talk to you
Send
about
it
that
to him. Send it to him. Send it
It
to
got
Mike.
locked up immediately. It's a fishy deal all the way around. I think the people might. I really don't want to say it on this.
Okay.
That's why I want to tell you. I'll tell you, Dennis, face to face. But I mean, when we get on, but I just don't want to put that out there.
Yeah, I know. Me and him talk about it all the time.
Hey guys.
Yeah, because the numbers should make sense all the way around.
Guys, I was calling landlords who own like 20, 30, 40 properties down around Lehigh, Florida. And these people, I was calling them up and asking them if they wanted to buy another one at a significant discount, and they were hanging up the phone on me. I'm offering a property that will have $65,000 of equity in it if they buy it at 80%. And they're hanging up the phone.
Really?
The world is full of dumb people.
People are crazy now.
If somebody calls me up and said, "Hey, listen, I got let's say I own 30 rental properties, right?" And somebody calls me, a wholesaler calls me up and says, "Listen, I got a deal for you. I've got it at a significant discount. You looking for another property?" I'm going to go, "Well, yeah, send me the deal. Let me take a look at it." But these people are hanging up the phone.
At all. They must be getting hounded. There's got to be a reason why. Because it doesn't make any sense. Why would you put yourself in that position?
Well, there's a couple of reasons,
but the moral of the story is, I mean, the world's full of all kinds of people. You just got to go next.
Yep.
Like that guy Dennis was talking about said, "Oh, this woman, my wife or whatever is on the do not call list. You can get in serious trouble for that." And Dennis didn't know, so he was like, "Oh shit." Well, that seller was just being a jerk because he didn't know what he was talking about. Dennis wasn't selling anything. He was just saying, "Hey, listen, I'd like to buy your house. You want to sell it?" That is not covered under the Telecommunications Act.
Okay.
He wasn't soliciting anything.
Okay.
Like I said, Adrian, talk to him. Just call him up tomorrow.
No. I it's a unique situation.
Yeah.
And it's I don't want to step on nobody's toes. I'm not trying to ruffle nobody's feathers. He told me one thing, it was exclusive, and I'm gonna leave it at that. So I just kind of let it go. I couldn't go anywhere else. I couldn't give it to anybody else.
Now, how does that work, Mike? With when you have an exclusive, and the deal's not going anywhere, and they've done 5 days, and you got 5 more days. Can you start working the deal for yourself, or you just let them do whatever they want? Don't you have any rights to try to work the deal to try to get it to close and say, "Hey, I got Mike Grady over here that has a hedge fund. Why are we selling it to him?"
Not if you signed an exclusive agreement with somebody. No, that's why it's exclusive.
That sucks.
Well, why would you sign an exclusive agreement?
Because they're putting up the money.
Yeah,
I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the deal. I don't know what the deal is or why I was.
I had to.
My deal. Okay, let's just go for my deal. I don't care. I don't give a shit about Astro. I put up a deal. I comped it at 140. Keegley said that they could get it at 240, and it was for 250. And I was like, "Are you sure?" They're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Are you sure?" Like, "Yeah." So seller said, "Okay, 240." They said, "Well, let's see what we can do, Dennis." We got through the whole weekend, and everybody was in Montana this summer, and the deal didn't go through. So by Sunday night, I was putting that bitch up on Facebook Marketplace because I was like, I got to get this sold. I didn't care if it was exclusive or not. And then I went Monday and asked for an extension, and I still couldn't sell it. And people were going, "Listen, Dennis, what are you doing? What? Why are you putting this on Facebook Marketplace when it's only $10,000 less than what the seller's getting?" I'm like, "Dude, this is my first deal. I don't know. I'm just trying to get this sold." And I got crickets. And then I got told by my mentor, "You dropped the ball because you weren't initiating enough." And I'm like, "What do you mean I'm not initiating it? What do you want me to do? Go shave my legs and go stick my butt out on Van Buren and try to make some money? What and put the deal on the back of my ass? What are you talking about, bro? I'm doing all I can. What else am I supposed to do?"
Hang on a second. So what you're saying is you got a property under contract, and then you send it over to Keegley, and Keegley wants a exclusive to be able to market the property.
Yes.
Yeah. I've actually heard Jamil say on video he doesn't sign the assignment agreement until the EMD shows up at the title company.
It was shown up at the title company. I took it down there.
No, I'm talking about the buyer's EMD.
Oh.
So Keegley is saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to market this for you, but we want an exclusive." I'm like, "No. You want an exclusive? Bring a buyer. Then you exclusively have my attention."
Well, they had a buyer. They had a buyer Friday night. I put it on Thursday. They had a buyer Friday night. And I was crying because I've been trying to do this since 2001, guys. Tears coming down my eyes. I'm like, finally got a deal. Calling Brent Daniels. I'm calling Pace. I'm calling Jerry Norton. I'm calling everybody and their mom. I think I even called you. And it fell apart. And I felt bad that it fell apart, but I did it amicably for the seller. Said, "Listen, it was just too high." I had it locked. I had the comp at 143. That's why I found the nearest comp. But they are higher and more educated than me and said, "Let's go at 240." And I was like, "Are you sure?" "Yeah." "Are you sure?" "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, you've done this before. I've never done this."
Now we're off topic. What we're talking about exclusivities. Don't give, I mean, if you got a deal, don't give it to somebody and let them exclusively market it. Tell them, say, "I'm going to continue marketing until somebody brings me a buyer."
The problem is this: when you are trying to get education on a course, you commit to believing what these people are saying, and you, as the course purchase or the correspondent of the course, the administration of the course should have that honesty to know what the, excuse my French, the hell that you're doing, and that these people don't have not as much of a clue as you do because you've done this before, time and time over.
Right, but now you have that experience, and like we're talking about here is exclusivity contracts. To market a property you have under contract. What you're doing is you're handcuffing yourself, so don't do it.
Yeah.
Now, if you've got somebody, you've got, somebody that's like, "Oh, I've got a ton of buyers. I need to be exclusive." Well, then produce the buyer. But what you're doing is you're handcuffing yourself when you do, exclusive agreement to sell the property.
We're paying the butt.
Yeah.
How I see it, because you get nervous. I mean, I don't know if you get nervous anymore because you're Mike Grady and you've done this for 20 years. Dennis Sylvan, that's trying to lock up this deal right now. I'm nervous as hell. I'm like, okay, if I do a seller finance, how the hell am I going to get this? How am I going to get somebody to buy this within a matter of days? Because, I need 5% down.
And
these people are going to want their money.
That's why I've been saying how you learned how to do this was in a hot market. Now we're in a slow market. We're in a downtrending market. So no more short EMDs, no more short inspection periods. And why would a seller sign something with, you can back out of the contract right up till day of closing? Because they're motivated. If they're not motivated, they're gonna bitch and complain. And if you're dealing with a realtor, all the realtor cares about getting paid. That's why they have short EMD periods and short inspection periods.
Yep.
They want to make sure they lock you in as quick as they can. That ain't the market we're in anymore. You can get away with that crap in a hot market. You cannot get away with that in a downturning market. So
what you're go ahead.
What you're saying is no short EMDs, no short inspection periods. My inspection periods, I can back out of it until day of closing, like the one I got down to Lehigh Acres. The language says I can back out of it, on January 29th, 2024.
So if I get this seller finance deal and I lock it up and they like it, so I'm gonna see if we can just write it together.
Sure.
And we go and they're gonna want their 5%. Should they be wanting their 5% within a month?
What do you mean
within
5%? They want 5% down.
5% down. 5% down.
That 5% shows up at closing. That's not EMD.
Yeah, 5% closing. But I'm more worried about what are they going to need.
So I'm working with Linda McKinney up in Toledo.
Yeah.
And she's working with this wholesaler. Wholesaler wanted a $2,500 non-refundable EMD that would go hard almost immediately. I'm like, no. I said, here, send me the assignment agreement. She sent me the assignment agreement. I opened it up in Word, changed it to $100 EMD, and that EMD doesn't go hard until day of closing. We sent it back. They signed it. I just saved her $2,400. The most she can lose on that deal is $100.
It's kind of like I said, and I told you this, and I've told Adrian this. It's kind of like the Jamaicans over there in Venice Beach, California. They try to get you, bro. They should be trying to get you. I mean, seriously, with these houses that are completely fire burn, and they want a 10-day 3-day or what is it, 3-day IPS or something like that, a 10-day inspection or 5-day inspection. It's like, who the hell's going to come out from the county to look at this in 3 days?
Nobody.
This is a lot of work. Are you high?
That was the other thing with this deal that Linda, the original contract is they wanted to close in like 10 days. I'm like, not going to happen. Title's going to take at least 7. So I said, no, we close in 45 days. I don't even close in 30 anymore. I close in 45 days because shit comes up.
Yeah, because I mean,
the things that you learned in a hot market. Strategies change because now we're in a downtrending market.
Yeah.
And if anybody complains, go back to motivation.
And that's why I don't mind giving 80% and not taking 20 on my first couple of deals, because I gotta learn.
Yeah.
And I don't want to learn the hard way where I'm out a boatload of money where I'm having to sell my truck and get a bankruptcy. I'm not into that. I'm not into that.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's why I'm like,
the thing about investing in anything is strategies always are changing. Always.
Mm-hmm.
It all has to do with market cycles.
Yep. That's good stuff, man.
Cool. Glad you like it. Adrian, I hope that answered your dilemmas. But again, remember,
I'm not trying to ruffle nobody's feathers, but it did. I caught everything you guys said. I appreciate it.
I'm sorry, I ruffle feathers now. I just don't.
It's all good. No, I get it.
I don't. I mean, I love it. Listen, I love Jamil Damji. I love Pace Morby. I love Brent Daniels. I love Mike Grady. But at the end of the day, too, I also want to make a little bit of money and get some more education on this. But I have to be straightforward. If I'm scared of something, I'm gonna tell you, I'm scared. Now, there's two things I'm scared of in this life: alligators and crocodiles, and funerals. That's it.
Just remember, guys, the reason we make 10, 15, $20,000 assignment fees is because we solve problems.
Mm-hmm.
We solve house problems. Grandma passes away or mom passes away, leaves a house to her kids. Her kids are all like, we don't want to pay for it. We're going to leave it to our brother who's in the joint. Now they're just transferring a house problem to their brother. Now the brother's got a problem. He's got a house problem. He's got a mortgage payment he's going to be responsible for and no way to pay it. That's a house problem. We get paid to solve problems. So when you come across problems that are hard and you don't know how to solve it, reach out. Somebody else does.
Right.
And I always say I'd rather have 50% or 10% of something than 100% of nothing.
Yep.
But in any case, once you go through that with somebody who's been there before and done that and can make a deal happen, you're learning all the way. I mean, I've never bought a coin operated laundry before. So I had to come up with a contract. So I had to hire an attorney. I paid the attorney like $3,000 for the contract. Do I have to pay another attorney for another contract for a coin operated laundry? No, I paid for it one time.
I got somebody that has more coin operated laundries here, so I'll let you know.
Yeah,
just give me a couple days.
That's the coin operated laundry is not the point. The point is,
I know.
Get the education one time and just learn.
Yeah.
Like you were asking me about notes. You know, I bought this friggin' thing 15 years ago. Learned it, did it, bought and sold some notes. Haven't done it in a while. You're asking me questions, I'm gonna have to read it again. Just because it's in there, I just haven't used it in a while.
I had rich old Caucasian men telling me, "You ain't gonna buy shit, boy. You don't know what you're fucking doing. You just need to leave it alone and take care of my daughter." I was like,
I mean, seriously. Do you think Grant Cardone got to be a billionaire all by himself?
No.
I heard him in a video last week or the week before. Cardone Capital has 15,000 investors. Grant Cardone didn't become worth billions of dollars all by himself. He's got 15,000 people that believe in him.
But everybody was networking with him then. And we're finally getting the network. I'm finally getting the network with this person named Mike Grady, Alexis Velasquez, Verdun Hill, and Adrian Watson. Finally.
And I'll be honest with you guys, I have very few friends outside of what I do for a living because they don't think like I think.
Yep.
You guys are my friends. We think alike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my family member.
I enjoy being around you guys.
My family members don't talk like this. They're like,
"Oh, mine aren't either." Oh Lord.
I'll tell you what my family say. They say, "You know what, Dennis? None of us from Gardena, California, never got into this stuff. Why the hell do you think you're going to be able to make some money like this?" And I go, "You know what? Let's change the subject."
Yeah,
because I want to kick you in the face. Always a dream stopper, dream stoppers. I don't deal with dream stoppers no more.
And I learned this listening when I had my Amway business back when I was in college, and I listened to a motivational speaker, and this sucked. He said, "Look at the income of your 5 closest friends, and yours will be within 10% of theirs. You want to make more money? Get better friends."
Yep. That's why I hung out with the Oriental kids in school because they were getting straight A's, and I started getting good A's.
You want to go to the next level? Find people that are there, and that's why I learned from Ron LeGrand. Unless somebody's making 5 times what I'm making, they are not qualified to give me financial advice.
I agree. That is a fact.
Adrian. A fact. Yeah, fact, right?
Yeah, that is no question. Absolutely.
And the thing about it is, what do we do to our kids for friggin' 18 years? We send them to teachers who aren't making more than their parents. We take our kids and they learn from broke people. I mean, shit, how many plumbers, welders, and electricians make more than college professors? All of them.
All of them.
But yet, everybody says, spend 40, 50, 60, $100,000, go learn from broke people.
Right.
Teaching at this in school.
Don't get me wrong. I went to a D1 school. I had a blast, but I knew why I was there. I went to have a good time and learn how the universe worked. I didn't go there to get a job.
Yeah, you're right. So
the moral of the story is, you come across the house problem, you don't know how to fix it, reach out to somebody that does.
Okay, we'll do. I appreciate it, you guys.
Cool.
Adrian, call me.
We'll do.
All right, I'll wrap it up. I think that's everybody. Hopefully everybody got a little something.
I did. I like this thing. This is
amazing. I appreciate it.
Cool.
I try to get on here, you guys. I appreciate it.
Anything I can do to help, let me know.
We'll do.
All right.
All right, you guys. Have a good night.